What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving y'all my 2025 and the 2026 whip parade. I have a ton of whips. I don't know if you can see my shelf back here, right here. I've already got some pulled down because I'm gonna have to do this in like stages. I'm gonna have to take so many and then, you know, move on to the next. I'm gonna have to take a chunk, do those, and then move on. I apologize right now if y'all can hear my daughter. She is right on the other side of this door, playing. So she loves to talk. She loves to talk. So, I have, according to my spreadsheet, I have a grand total of 78 whips. Now, my whip parade is my opportunity every year to whip down, which means there may be things that I show y'all that I am going to be UFOing this year. And there's a couple ones that I've already been thinking about, and I probably will be UFOing those and passing those along up for adoption. Because I hate to waste, you know, what work has already been done on them. So I'm not going to waste much time. I do have my projects for WIP-Go for next year set. And when I get to those projects that are going to be included in my WIP-Go, then I will let you know. So, however, I think this first one, what would you call this? This first chunk of my projects, there's going to be a couple. So I'll let y'all know when I get to those. I have kind of a laundry basket over here to kind of hold everything in. And it's sitting on top of a box. So if you see me reaching over here, that's why. So let's just jump into it. This first one I'm going to show you, I don't really know what to call this. It's a pre-printed, a stamped cross stitch, and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. It's just supposed to look like this. I don't know what to call this. It's like January or 12 months flower or whatever. These are carnations, I think. So I will let y'all know that by the time I'm recording this, I did do my December update right before this, and I am starting to lose a little bit of light. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon right now, so I'm going to try not to talk too long on this. So this is my progress on it. That's all I've gotten done on it. Just there's some pinks and some kind of peachy colors. So that's all I've gotten done on it so far. I initially started this when I went to StitchCon 2022, I think, because I was flying that year. It was the first year I'd gone to StitchCon, and I was flying, and so I pulled this out and started it while I was waiting on my flight. So I'm not the biggest fan of working on it for a long time, because for some reason, because it's on 14 count, I think. But for some reason, this Ada is very stiff, and it makes my hand hurt if I stitch on it too long. So I can only stitch on it for maybe an hour or so before my hands start hurting. So the next one, there is going to be zipping, unzipping, and zipping. So, because I have way too many whips to try to pull everything out. Maybe I'll try to go ahead and unzip everything in the next segment before I begin. So, the next one I'm going to show y'all is one that I do really like. And this is the 2020 Pandemic Sampler by Sarcy Gurl. You can still get this for free. It was on her, it was through her link tree through Instagram for a long time. But I think now, you need to message her, and she can pass this along to you. And it is being stitched on a 40 count bedrock by Bestitch Me. And I do actually enjoy stitching on this. So this is where it's at now. I did initially start this by doing like a 40 count fabric and then dyeing it the way she suggested in her notes on the pattern. It was like a dark gray. I just wasn't enjoying it, so I picked a different fabric, and so yeah, that's my progress on it. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. These houses are huge. I think they're like 90 something stitches wide, which is a lot on a 40 count. And there's a white one on the other side too, so I decided to do the red one first because I'm not the biggest fan of stitching like white and beige, like especially like lighter beiges. And the other house is white. So I try to like fold these things up differently every time I get them out, so it doesn't lock into a crease. Maybe I can unzip them down here so it's further away from the camera. So next up, trying my best to keep these things straight. These are somewhat in alphabetical order. Some of the letterings might be a little mixed up, but for the most part, I do store and organize and keep up with my WIPs alphabetically because that's just how my brain works. So next up, oh, if I have a start date on these, I will tell you. The 2020 pandemic sampler, I restarted. No, it was originally started on November 23rd, 2020. But I think I restarted it like a couple years later. So this one I started on August 1st, 2021. And this is A Changed World by the Scarlett House. Really pretty. And some of these are in bags, like project bags, and some of them are in like the envelopes. My fabric is trying to escape. I don't know what's going on with this. I should try to cut that. And this is on, oh, excuse me. I don't know what this is on. Do I still have the tag or anything? Or maybe I wrote it down. Let me show it to you and then I'll look and see if maybe I can find it. This is where it's at now. It's really pretty. It really is. I need to pick this up again. I really need to pick this up again. I kind of feel like this is on a Fabrics by Stephanie, maybe. But don't hold me to it. The fabric, it's nice. It is a linen. It's a 36 count. And the only reason I remember that is because I think it's a 36 count. Part of me wants to think it's a 36 count. Because I got into a mindset at one point where I'm like, I could do 36 count. You know, it's easier on the eyes than 40 count, and I could still use one strand usually. But when I was stitching the dark color, because this in the corner is not black, it's a dark blue. And some of them I had to actually stitch over twice because I didn't like the way the stitches were coming out. So this is actually a dark blue. If it looks black, it's a dark blue. God, that's so pretty. I really need to pick that back up again. Unfortunately, that is not on my WIP go for next year. I have other projects to keep up with. Maybe next time I pick this up, I'll trim these because I cut the fabric down a little bit, so it's unraveling, unfortunately. And I can't tell you what that fabric is because I do not know. I would have to go back and look in my past videos when I started this to figure that out. So this next one, I think I'm going to UFO this, y'all, because I haven't worked on this in a long time. I have not wanted to work on it in a long time, and frankly, it's not really my style. I love Brooke's books. Their stuff is super cute, but as far as stuff I would actually stitch, I don't stitch a lot of like cutesy stuff. That's just my own personal taste. But I'm going to UFO this, and I'm probably going to pass this along for adoption. I hope the Adopt-A-WIP group is still open on Facebook, because I'll probably list it there. But this is the Brooks Books Advent Animals, and this is all I've gotten on it. That's all I've gotten done on it so far. This two. I keep telling myself every time I pick this up that I really want to stitch more of them. But something in my mind, in my brain, just does not gravitate towards stitching this. So, I probably will be posting this up for adoption. If you're watching this video and you're interested, just let me know. Shoot me a comment and let me know that you'd be interested in adopting it out. The patterns are digital. You can find them online. So I wouldn't be passing along any patterns. I might have the day 3, maybe not. No, I don't. Yeah, I only have the first and second one that I've already done. But I will send this project with the threads that I've already gotten assembled. Whether it's a complete list, I don't know. I doubt it. I don't know if it's a complete list or not for all of them. But I will send this and the threads. So, like I said, if you're interested in adopting it, let me know. And we'll get together and figure something out, and I can pass it along to you. But I'm UFOing this one for now. I initially started that in 2018. So, and that's not, it says 28 pictures plus cauldron. I think I am off a little bit on something. I think that one is supposed to go toward Angel of Love. But it's done a 28 count. It's a blue fabric that I acquired somehow. But it's a 28, I do know it's a 28 count even weave. Right. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a 28 count even weave. Is it 28 count or is it 32 count? It's an even weave. It might be 32 count, but it's an even weave. It's an even weave. And I don't stitch on even weave that hardly ever. If I'm not stitching on Ada, I'm stitching on linen. Anyway, back to the next one. We have Angel of Love by Lavender and Lace. Right? Not Lavender and Lace. Yeah, Lavender and Lace. Duh. So, this is another one I have not really worked on. I want to, but just, I started in the middle, and that is where a lot of the beading is, in that middle part of her dress. And I'm kind of frozen to, like, I don't know which way to go. Because a lot of it is beaded. And I don't do a lot of beading. I'm not the biggest fan of beading, but she is gorgeous when she's done, which is the reason why I keep wanting to keep going on her. So that's all I've done so far. Maybe this needs to go down. I feel like some of my details are a little bit mixed up from where I've added things. that's all she got. I think I did start this one in 2018. So this one goes down here, which I'm going to move that. And I'm going to move that. So that is all I've done on that one. And that one is the 28 count cauldron. So I picture this plus. This next one is one that I'm also thinking about UFOing. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I'm also thinking about UFOing this one because it's another one that I just don't gravitate toward. And she's pretty, but I just don't know if I love her enough to keep going on her. And this is a Mirabilia. Oh, where's she at? This is Aphrodite Mermaid by Mirabilia. And I chose to do this on a fabric flare fabric. Because I thought it would be perfect. Let me move this up a little bit. This is all I've gotten done on her in how many years since I started this. I tend to get a little discouraged when I have to stitch a lot of black. It just slows me down, and it does. So that's all there is on her. I'll show you the whole thing. Let me back up just a little bit. This is the whole thing. I mean, maybe you can kind of see what I was going for here, but I just don't love it enough to keep going on it. So I'm also going to be UFOing this one and adopting this one out as well. So if you see this and you're interested in Aphrodite Mermaid, I will be passing the pattern along. And it has been marked up, pattern, floss, and beads included, if anybody's interested. So that one is going to be UFO'd. So I have my computer over here, if you can't tell. Oops, not right. So I'll do that, and then delete this one. Okay. So next, is something else. Why is this out of order? This is out of order. Give me just a second. Let me move this up just a little bit. Okay. So this one, there is a little bit of a naughty word to it. I'll hold it back here in case there are children. So big A sampler. Still like it, but I might change the verse on it whenever I get that far. I did get this on Etsy from a shop called CrafterDark. I think it's still available. And I'm stitching this on, it says 18 count white Ada, but this is not white. This is like an off-white, I think. Antique white. So that's all I've gotten done on it. It's really pretty. So that's all I got done on it. trying to keep it from and this is just stitched with DMC. Here's this. I was originally stitching it on something else. I didn't like it. I need to switch out these. I don't like these types of envelopes. I don't like how that flap gets in the way. Anyway. So next up is another project. I need to do some frogging first before I continue on. But this is Birds to the Boughs by Lindy Stitches. Birds to the Boughs from Lindy Stitches. And I'm stitching this on 16 count Crystal Helix by Picture This Plus. Now, it's supposed to go this way, but after I stitched this middle motif right here, somehow it got flipped, and I started stitching it this way. So I need to finish frogging out that piece of the boat before I can continue. But this has the sparkle in it. That's all I've got that on that one. Not much. I think. No, I was gonna say I think I had this on WIP-down, but I did not. I tried to avoid putting anything on my WIP-down that requires frogging first. This is another one. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to stitching on this one. You'd think I'd stitch on it here at Christmas time, but I don't. I haven't had the inkling to pick it up yet. And this is Joy. It's called Bountiful Garland is the name of it. It was from one of the cross stitch Christmas books. I didn't know any better, and I bought this from a website called Listia, where it's kind of like eBay, but instead of money changing hands, you buy and sell with credits. Yeah, and so this was years ago. I bought this off of Listia. And this is on the back. One of these days I might get around to stitching that. But I would like to actually find the book that this is from. And this is half of another design. I would like to find that. Like I said, it's from one of the cross stitch Christmas books, and I don't know which one. One of these days I will get it. That's what it looks like. I haven't gotten very far on it. I'm stitching this on, I do remember what this is because I had something else originally stitched on it and I UFO'd it. This is Jobelin 28 count or 32 count? 28 count Jobelin in Queen Anne's lace. Look at my huge, tremendous, amazing star on it. And that's just half of the O. That's it. Not much. But it's not going to be a huge piece. So, and it's kind of a greenish. If you don't know what Queen Anne's lace is, it's kind of green. It's going to be pretty if and when I ever finish it. If and when I ever get around to stitching more of it. Like I said, it's a really pretty piece. I just, one of the things I have not got around to picking up again. I do have several Christmas pieces that I just don't get around stitching much because I don't do a lot of Christmas stitching. But I'm not giving that one up yet. So next up, I think this one is going to be on WIP-down. And I did start this at the I started at 2024. It says June 15th, 2024. So this would have been at StitchCon. So I started this the last day of StitchCon. So I didn't get very far in it because I was struggling to find a color in my stuff that I brought with me to give this a start. So I bought the fabric in there in the annex, and I bought the pattern in the annex, and this one is Grace Notes fabric in Bradley, and 16 count Ada in Bradley. And again, another humongous, amazing start. Can you even see it? That's in her stitched needle piece that she has in her hand. So that's all I stitched. And I got a cicada needle minder from somebody that was passing them out. So this piece is very much StitchCon. And I did, a couple of months later, I did go ahead and order the called for threads for it. So I have those. I have the specialty threads for those. Next up, we have calendar of events, and this is another one on my WIP-down for next year. I don't know what the exact goal on this is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to just try to finish the border like I was trying to do this year and never got around to it. So this is a sunset kit called Calendar of Events. My goal, and I have got the top half of this border done. I just need to go around and finish the bottom half of the border. And while I normally work, you know, row by row, this is one of those pieces where I would like to just go ahead and do the border and then do the dividing stitches, because there's like a dividing stitches between them. And then that way, when I pick it up, I can just do the individual months. And then you can see it comes together like that. So this is on another even weave. It's another one that I don't, obviously I actually don't stitch much on even weave. This is on, I don't know what this is. It's a Picture This Plus even weave, but I don't know which one it is. So that's all I've gotten done on it so far. But I think when I pick this up for WIP-Go, I think I'm going to attempt to finish that border, the other bottom half of that border. So and like I said, it's not a big piece. Oops. So. Like I said, I don't have the tag or anything with it. I know it's a Picture This Plus even weave. I just don't know which one. We gotta get going because I'm already at 30 minutes. And this is only like a quarter of them. So next up is one that I did work on this year. And so that means I probably won't work on it next year. This is Heartstring Samplery. Choose your own motto sampler. I'm going to be stitching this flowers and the borders and stuff as it's charted, but I did get a custom quote done from Beth Twist that I'm going to be stitching instead. And it says, time and chance, happiness to them all. But I'm not that far yet. This is being stitched on Picture This Plus Legacy in 40 count linen in Legacy. So, and that's all I've gotten on this one so far. A corner. This one is probably going to be a long time project. But like I said, I did work on it this year. I finished the middle part of the flower and these two leaves along the side and those couple of flowers right there. This was a 100 stitch goal, and I did do well over 100 stitches. I think I did 100 stitches before I even finished this middle part of the flower here. So if I set my goals low enough, I'll keep going on a project. So, and that's just in DMC, called for DMC. Next up, so where am I at? Oh, there's another one. Where is he at? Am I missing one? I think he's up there. Hold on just a second. Let me look at something. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut that out. Sorry, I was missing one, and it's supposed to go here. So this is actually a project I don't know if I'm gonna continue with or not. I'm just not the biggest fan of full coverage. I do have some full coverages, but I don't really work on them because, especially for these last 5 years, it's been tricky to work on full coverage because I need to be able to concentrate it, to focus on it. And with a young child, that's hard to do. And this one I don't have a printed out picture, but I will insert one if I think about it. This is Chester Bennington, and I started this after he passed away in 2017. And I don't have much done. I just have a corner of it. As you can see, I am trying to, what do you call it? I'm trying to stitch it that way where you carry. So, and this right here, this is his ear. That's the tip of his ear. And this is just being stitched on the 22 count white Ada that I picked up from Hobby Lobby because I did not want to wait for fabric to come. So that's why it's missing. But all my full coverages I am leaving out of the normal rotation. Not rotation, I'm leaving it out of the shelf. Lined up on the shelf, a lot of my full coverages are going to be down here. So I can stitch them if I want. And they tend to take up a little bit more room in the bag. Okay, so that was actually supposed to be before Choose Your Own Motto. So next up, we will resume. And this next one, I did work on it a little bit. Last time I worked on this, I think, was at StitchCon. And I got frustrated. No, I take that back. I did finish stitching. Did I? No, I was something else. Never mind. Don't worry about me. This is Cinnamon Stars from Plum Street Samplers. A lot of people have this one. And this is being stitched on something, mystery fabric. And this is where it's at now. The light's starting to change, so I'm having to move over. I apologize for the... This is where it's at now. Again, these two sides of the house have an off-white stitching in them, or kind of a whitish stitching in it. Again, it slows me down because I do not like stitching with white or off-white or anything like that. So, I will pick it back up eventually. Don't know when, but eventually. And I'm just stitching this with a call for fancy bits. So this next one, I think I'm also going to go ahead and UFO this. I actually did UFO it last year, and somehow it got back into the running for me to stitch on it, but I'm just not going to be able to, I'm not doing this. And this is actually a series of designs. They're cute. They're super cute. And this is the Cool Beans series from Hands On Design. That one, this one. They're all cute. This one, and I did do that one also. But I think I've only stitched one complete one so far, which was that couple one. I'm not finishing this. I will gladly pass this along if anybody is interested. I will list this up for adoption. See, like, I look at it and it's cute. My brain wants to UFO this, but when I pick it up, when I see it, I tell myself, that's so cute. I want to finish that. But the hard reality is it's going to be big by doing these all on one piece of fabric, and where am I going to hang it? So this is going to be UFO'd for real this time, for good. And this is on a humongous fat half yard of what is this? It's 16 count. It's right here. 16 count Murmur by Picture This Plus. So it is on Ada. Like I said, it is cute. Part of me wishes I had started them separately. I don't know. Part of me wishes I had started them separately instead of trying to do the whole thing on one. The border, I do have the border printed out. It is free through Hands-On Design, but these will go with it, as well as the losses. So that's another one that's going to be UFO, like for realsies this time. So next up, this is another one that's like a large multi-block design, but I'm not UFOing this one yet. This is called the Crabby All Year series through Raise the Roof. I've already done the January, I've done the January through March already. Yeah, I've done this one. That's all completed. I'm currently working on the April, May, and June one, which I'm pretty much almost done with. And then you have July, August, and September. My apologies. And then October, October through December. Super cute. Love this. I do need to get back to it. I do already have the buttons for it. Sorry. I'm just gonna touch it right there. And I do already have the buttons for it. This is just being stitched on with DMC, and I do know this is a 32 count linen in ale from Picture This Plus. I need to do more designs, more projects on ale because it's a wonderful color. So, like I said, I pretty much finished January, February, and March. I did change the color of the car because when I started this, I was living in Georgia, and I was working on this one day when I was off work, and I had a blue car. I had just gotten my old Altima, and it was a blue. It was a beautiful blue. Unfortunately, it's wrecked now. It's gone, and I have a different Altima. But my car at the time, when I was starting this, and I was stitching this block, I had just recently gotten my blue Altima. So I just changed the color of the car to kind of a similar color to my car. These all have like long stitches in them in some form or another, but I'm going to wait until the end to do those. Because I don't want to get caught up in the Q-snap. So I am doing all the regular cross stitches, and then toward the end, I will go back and do the long stitches, and then do the buttons. So I'm still very much liking that. That is actually on my WIP-go for next year. And I'm going to try to do one full block. So I'm probably going to try to do July, I think. We'll do one full block on that. We'll see how that goes. So those are stitch heavy. So next up, we have, and I did copy this out of a magazine. So, this is Crescent Moon Dragon from Joan Elliott. And I'm going to try to pick this one up again on WIP-down next year also. And this is a 28 count Under the Sea in Lapis, or Lapis. I don't know how you say it. But this is my lonely little meager little start. Like I said, I'm going to try to pick this up again for WIP-down next year. And this will probably just be a 100 stitch goal. And hopefully I can do more than 100 stitches. But if not, at least it'll be 100 stitches more than it was. And this is an even weave, again. It does have cranix in it. It does have beads in it. Right? It does have at least have cranix. I have all the cranix. So, that was the first section, and that is all the way through my C's. So we're gonna, I'm gonna pause y'all, and then we're gonna pick up back up with the D's and move forward from there. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, and now I have D through H. So, and I went ahead and unzipped everything. So, at least I'll save you from the unzipping. So, next thing that I have to show you, something that I was actually thinking of picking up when I picked up something new yesterday, was Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers. And this was my first Long Dog Samplers that I ever started. Actually, no, it probably wasn't. I have a mystery sampler. Like a band sampler out of a magazine that I started that actually is Long Dog Samplers. So, I've been working on this for a number of years, and it is slowly coming along. These are like lifetime projects for me. So this is where I'm at now. I did close my curtain just a little bit to alleviate the light situation. So this is where it's at now. And this is on 32 count. It's the MCG linen, in the oyster color, which is like an off-white. So, and I'm just stitching this with DMC, 3 colors of DMC. I love stitching on this so much, and I really do like this linen. A lot of people complain about the MCG linen, but I really like it. It's just so floppy. But this was my first monochromatic long dog that I ever started. Way back in I don't know when I started it. It had to have been 2016, maybe 2017, I forget. But this actually is going to be on my Europe whips also. I'll probably do a 100 stitch goal on that, but I know I'm going to get way over 100 stitches on that. Next is another Long Dog Samplers, and this is also going on Europe whips. Why did I do that? I'm forgetting that I've already unzipped these. So, and this is called Descending Order. I just love the colors on this. That's what drew me to it. And I think at the bottom, I think you're supposed to figure out your ancestors' or your relatives' initials and put them down there. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Because that's like, I don't know. I don't know how they do that. That'd be like your child, you, your parent, your grandparent, your great-grandparent. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do that. But I got a long ways to go still to figure that out. And this is on just a white even weave. I figured it was the best way to have the design actually stick out, to actually let the design speak for itself. 32 count white Jovelin. So not far at all. That is a dark blue. If you can't tell, that's just a dark blue. There's a lot of that blue in this design, and you need several skeins of it. So even more so if you're stitching it with 2 strands. In case you're wondering, that blue is called Midnight from the Gentle Arts. And I think I have like 5 or 6 skeins of it in here. That's how much you need. That one, like I said, that one is also going on WIP-go. This next one I am on the fence about, because I started it for my mom. But I don't know if I'm ever going to get it finished in her lifetime. Because she's in a home with advanced dementia right now. She's getting toward the end. I already know. So I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to finish it before she passes. And this is called Double Piece. It's a Design Works kit that I got at a Joan years ago when I lived in Georgia. Beautiful. It's so pretty. It's a beautiful design. There's lots of confetti. And like a lot of color changes, especially like down here in the... It's such a pretty design. But I just don't pull to wanting to work on it. And it's on a 14 count oatmeal Aida. And that's it. That's all I worked on. I mean, that's already really pretty. Just what I have stitched there. I don't know. Am I going to force myself? I don't know. I might have to force myself to work on this like maybe in 2027. But not right now. But I'm going to keep it around for now. Because it is a really pretty design. I don't gravitate to working on it. Next, we have, go up a little bit here, another Long Dog sampler. And this one at least has a little bit more color in it. This is Dragon Hall. I just love like the fall type colors on it. Fall color are my favorite colors. Fall is not my favorite season, but fall colors are my favorite. And does it say what I'm stitching this on? 36 count fabrics by Stephanie in Colonial Parchment. And I am stitching this on 36 count, but I am actually stitching it 2/2. So I'm stitching with 2 strands instead of 1. Because I didn't like the coverage of the 1 thread of the black on the 36 count. I'm a coverage snob, y'all. I love my coverage. So it's very dark. And that's just the outlining, the black outlining in the border. Next will come Color Fill. That one, am I going to be working on it? I don't know if I'm going to be working on it. No. I'm not working. This is not on my year of whips. No, it's not on my WIP go. Sorry. The next one is going to be, I'm missing one, hold on. Where is, I'm missing one. I just saw it like the other day. I'm trying to figure out where it's at. I missed one, y'all. Hold on, I need to go back. Well, I am missing one. When I find it, I will let y'all know that I'm missing one that I just had not long ago. Anyway, I forgot this one. This one is another long dog sampler, and this is Do Different. And apparently I'm stitching this on 46 count Pemberley by Needle and Flax. And I did not get a very big start on it, but I bought a whole box of DMC. What color is this? DMC 336 blue. Did I start this? Yeah, I had to have started it. It was a very tiny start. So that would be the side, I think, because it's a little bit more wide than it is high. So, right? I think. I hope I didn't start this the wrong way. I think it goes like this. I think I've got this like a little bit more wide than it is high. So that's my huge start on it. That's it. Now I can go back to the other one, but I'm still missing one. And it's probably in the wrong place. So when I get to it, I'll show you. Okay. So next, this is another one that I'm going to be stitching on during my 2026 WIP Go, and that is Ever Flowering Garden by Al Horst Embroidery. Beautiful design. Absolutely stunning. Huge. Massive. But it's beautiful. And I do have the Al Horst silks for it. The called for Al Horst silks. There's more of them in here. I'm just not pulling them all out. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Seraphim fabrics in Winter White. That's all she wrote. That's all I got. Absolutely beautiful. This is why I want to pick it back up again next year. So pretty. It just has this delicate delicateness to it. I'm trying to keep up with the time. Whew. Been at this for an hour already. starting to get a little hungry again. I need a snack. So next, this is a style that I am going to finish next year because I started it in 2024 when it was going on, and we moved and I lost my thread for it, and then I found my thread. My thread is somewhere. It's not here in the bag with me, but I know where it's at. I found my thread. It's probably on my stitching card, I think. But this is all I have right now. This is the only picture I have of it. I will put up a picture of the full thing. But I'm going to finish this next year. I am stitching it with a sulky 12 weight thread. This down here still needs to be frogged out, so I need to keep going on frogging that before I finish. So this is how far I've gotten on it. It's like a dark purple, so it's such a pretty color. So, and I'm stitching this on a 16 count. I don't know, it's a 16 count something or other. I think it's like a beige Ada. Just a basic beige Ada. I had thought about starting this year's, but I wasn't sure when they were mentioning the theme of it. Like cloister garden or something. I forget the name of it, but I wasn't entirely sure about that one. So I was like, I'm just gonna hold off and wait and see what the full thing looks like when it's done. And I'll go ahead and make sure to save it, which I have. I've saved the whole thing in case I decide I want to start that later. But it is a really pretty design. I should have known it was going to be pretty. So next up, project that I did get a good bit of progress on this year, so I will not be working on it next year. This is another Faith, Hope, and Love, and this is by the Workbasket. The Fox and Rabbit style was technically called Faith, Hope, and Love. So, and I'm stitching this with another, if it's not a Moselle silk, it's a Silks For You, but it's a really pretty purple. And it's a long one. It's long and skinny. But this is where I'm at on that one. So it's such a pretty design. I was looking at that egg, looked a little bit weird in the camera. It's just the way the thread is variegating. But yeah, so pretty. I said I don't think I'll pick this up again next year in 2026, but I'll probably get back to it again in 2027. We'll see. Next up, we have Ship's Manor Fire and Ice. And I am using the, what do you call it? These things. I am using those, the called for, what do you call those? Valdani threads. And it is the 3-stranded ones that you stitch with it as it comes off the skein. But I made the mistake of starting this on a 32 count. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on this fabric or if I'm going to restart it, get another piece of this fabric in a 28 count and start it on that. But the problem is, I don't know if I restart it, if I'll have enough of the threads, like the ones that I've already stitched with. But this is where I've gotten on it so far. I mean, I do love, it's like 3 strands over 2 on the 32 count. it can get a little tight. So that's why I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep going on this or not. I want to go ahead and cut my losses and frog this out and restart it on a 28 count. Because I forgot, when I was picking this fabric, I forgot that the Baldani was 3 strands. So, let me know what y'all think. If y'all think, I haven't used a ton of these, but I just don't know if I restart it, if I'm going to have enough in the balls that I already have. I don't know if I'm going to already have, if I'm going to have enough to finish it. But if and when I ever get done with this, I would like to, at some point, start the companion piece, which is, I think it's Earth and Water or something. I forget the name of it. But there's a companion piece to it. Next up, we have something that's gotten out of order again. I swear, why is my thing so out of order? Hold on. Hold on. That's another one I need to go find because I have recently saw it and I don't know where it went to. The next one was supposed to be Gold Flinch and Lilacs. Oh, it's right here. So, this is what's supposed to be next. Sorry. Anywho, yo, I'm just a mess and a half. So this is a small dimensions kit. It's called Goldfinch and Lilacs. I just liked it because of the purple flowers. Sorry. Just move some of this thread out of your way for you. That's where I'm at so far on it. As you can see, those lilacs have a lot of confetti. And that's just one of them. So, that's where I'm at on that one. That one is just on your standard dimensions 14 count Ada, right? Yeah, 14 count white Ada. So, now, we get to this one. This one is Rosewood Manor Grapefriar Sampler. Lots of color changes. Rosewood Manor is known for lots of color changes. And I actually just started this one. What are you doing? I actually just started this one sometime. I didn't write down when I started it. But it is on Winter Moon, 32 count Winter Moon by Zweigart. Oh, there's a bad snow coming in here and I don't know what's going on out there. So not a big start, but I did start it. That's it. And it's with DMC. Well, no, I take that back. Stitching it with Fancy Floss. So. I guess I'm making good time. This next one is going to be on Year of Whips because I have not worked on it nearly as much as I wanted to. I'm going to take this one out of the plastic because you can't see it. And this is Hannah Sanderson by Dutch Treat Designs. And you see it in 2 separate colorways here because this was the original antique sampler. And then, I'm talking too much, y'all. It was charted for Needleworker magazine, and when they recharted it, they made it into a much paler color palette. So it does have the colorways, the thread list for both colorways. I'm stitching it in this darker colorway. I had picked this up at Sassy Jack's years ago, before my daughter was born, my 5-year-old. We had visited Tennessee and went to, well, we took a day trip. I take that back. We took a day trip to Asheville for my birthday one year, and my boyfriend treated me to some cross stitch. But unfortunately, this is all I've gotten done on her. That's all I've gotten done. This is why I am picking her up again next year. So, and I feel like I should know the name of this fabric, but I don't. Something's gotten off. Anyway, I don't remember the name of this fabric. I'm sorry. Sorry. There's a metal piece right here on this desk that I'm at, and my needle minders keep getting stuck to it. I don't remember the name of it. I'm sorry. I've also realized I'm not the biggest fan of the vinyl front project bags, because if you leave a pattern in there, it's not in the plastic, and you leave it right up against that vinyl, it can, the paper can get stuck to it, and it will bleed the colors, the print on it. So next up, this was a project that I wanted to work on this year. Part of me wants to go ahead and take it out and work on it because it's a Santa. And this is Hanging by a Star from Mosey and Me. And I'm getting close to the end, which is why I don't know why I just won't pick it up and finish it. And this is on a 28 count butterscotch cookies from it used to be called Hand Dyed by Stephanie. Now it's Fabrics by Stephanie. And this was a fabric that I had gotten in a stitchy box one time. So sorry, there's a crease going down the middle, but he's cute. He's super cute, and I do love him on this kind of orangey butterscotch fabric. There's still some that needs to be filled in. I need to finish this star, and I decided to start to do some blending filament in with the yellow of the star. So that's a little bit, that needs to be done. And I need to finish the border. That's Scotch stitch around the border. And then there's some long stitches here where he's holding onto the star, and then there's some buttons here, and then his shoelaces. So there's a little bit left to do on him. He actually was part of my year of WIPs this year, but as you can see, he's not going to be finished this year. I'm like, I feel like I'm closer to finishing than I am, but I know when once I pick it up, I'm like, I am way farther away from finishing this than I think I am. So he's a cute one. Next up, we have this one. I might just go ahead and UFO this one because I don't see myself going back to it. This is a freebie actually from Doreen Jones that you can find on her Facebook page. Excuse me. So you can find this from Doreen Jones on her Facebook page. She does have the other seasons as well. It's cute. I'm not gonna lie, it's cute. But it's just not me. It's not something I gravitate towards. This is all I've gotten done on it. This fabric is the offcut of the fabric that I stitched my daughter's birth announcement on, which I also need to finish. So that's all I got done on it. Not much. Yeah, I'm gonna UFO this one because I am not going back to it anytime soon. And then I think one last one in this right? Yeah. One last one in this stack, and then I'll have to go grab another one, and I'm quickly losing light, so I need to get going on this one. I don't have a printed picture of this, so I'll have to insert a picture. Here. I'm doing my fingers so that I know as I'm watching this back. It's like a visual cue for me. This is Hydrangea Autumn Fog by Chatelaine. This is my one and only Chatelaine that I have going right now, and it's another one that I feel like I need to be able to concentrate on it. So it's hard to work on it when I have a 5-year-old running around. But that's all I've gotten done on it so far. Not a lot. I do want to work on it. Hydrangeas are my favorite flower. But I do want to get back to this one day. I just don't know when that's going to happen. And that's with all kinds of silks and beads and whatnot. I really do like this project bag for it though. It's got the hydrangeas on it. Really pretty. So that's all of that stack. So let me put these back and then grab some more, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the next bundle, and I think we have I through R in this one. It's a little bit of a bigger bundle, so I'll try to be quick in getting through it. I'm trying to keep this video around about the 2.5 hour mark, to give y'all something good to do some stitching in. So next up we have a Dimensions kit, which I have been working on for quite some time now. It is called In the Moment. This is Live Life in the Moment, and it's one of my mottos, my subconscious mottos. Because I'm one of the people, I don't seem to really worry too much about future things. I tried my best to enjoy the moment. And this is on a 14 count Aida that was included in the kit. It just says natural cotton, so it's kind of a beige. It's a beige Aida. And this is where I'm at now. All of that, I don't know if you can see it. All of those lines that make it look like wood, those are half stitches. So those are actually stitched in. That's where I'm at right now on it. I would have picked this up this year, but I don't really feel like it right now. I'm trying to get through this block right here, which is where the word life is. So that's the thing. I guess I could have moved the floss for y'all so y'all could see it a little bit better. Yeah. going to go through and I'm going to switch out all of these envelope style bags because I do not like them, like, at all. So next up, this is actually another Fox and Rabbit Sow. I want to say this one was the 2023 one. Don't quote me on that. But I did get a start on it. I'm doing it 1/1 on a 25 count potato Lugana. And stitching on it is not the most fun because the stitches keep slipping. I'm going to insert a picture of it because I don't have a printed picture to show you. And how nice. I left it on the needle and everything. Because I really did want to like keep it next to my stitching chair so I could like pick it up. But that's where it's at now. That's all I got done on it. I know, it's a sad start. So, I am working on this on Pattern Keeper, so that's a big help. Pattern Keeper is a big help. So. And I'm just stitching it using DMC, DMC 3812. That's what I'm stitching it with. Kind of a nice aqua-ish green. So here's another one. It's a kind of a big one and it's probably going to take me a while. Sorry, I'm going up too far on here. Alright, so this one is Kitty Litter. And this is a Dimensions Gold Collection kit. So cute. They are so cute. And this is another one that's probably going to take me a hot minute to stitch it. But I am stitching it with the included fabric. Doesn't say what the fabric is, I don't think. I've been talking way more than I should. I don't know if it tells what the 18 count ivory, Ada. Okay, so it's 18 count ivory. And I'm not the biggest fan of how Dimensions does their patterns. I feel like there's a way they could do it better. You just got to figure out what that is. So this is where it's at now. There's a lot there in the middle. That little kitten in the middle. Sorry. Maybe next year I'll have enough sense to get like a board or something to show y'all on. But that's where that one's at right now. I'm not working on that one next year either. Now these next three, I am going to be putting on my WIP-down. Alright, you get in there. So this next one I am going to be putting on my WIP-down. Okay, yeah. And this is called La Vita e Bella from Shepherd's Bush. It's such a really cute design. It's a small design. So you'd think it wouldn't take me that long to do. So far, I've only got like the few DMCs that I worked with so far. This is actually on it's like a sample cut that I received from Fortnite Fabrics. I had gotten like a sample, like a mystery pack that had a few fabrics in it from Fortnite Fabrics, and they don't dye anymore. I don't know what the name of this fabric would be, but it's kind of white with some tan splotching in it. Really pretty. But anyway, that's all I had gotten done on it. It's just like bits of the flowers. So, and like I said, as you can see, it is not a big piece of fabric. So I am going to be working on this next year. Hopefully I'll be able to work on it long enough to finish it, but we'll see. Next one is also on your WIPs next year. And this is out of a Just Cross Stitch. December 2015 Just Cross Stitch. It's called Lamb's Advent. It's so cute. So cute. And originally it calls for certain flosses, and I've done kind of like my own conversion on it with different fancy flosses and DMCs. And this is on a piece of, like, I think it's Charles Craft Ada. Just one of those weird colors that they used to do. Was it Charles Craft, I think? I do not remember what the name of this color, what this is. Oh, I think it's just called Antique Blue. So that's all I've gotten done on it. Super cute. Super cute. Again, and that's another one that I'm going to be working on next year. And this one also is going to be on my WIP-go. This one is another one that I might not do, like, or my goal is to finish it. This one I might do as like my goal to, say, finish the wording or something. Something kind of small that I can manage. And this is from Hindsight or Hindsight. This is Last Stitch Cemetery. And I think I have the buttons already, or do I? Or am I gonna have to find them? Yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking that I already have the charms for it, but I gotta find some charms at some point. So and I think this is also on the Under the Sea Fabrics Lapis, maybe. This is on it's an Under the Sea Fabrics something or other. But don't hold me to it. I just know it's Under the Sea Fabrics. So that's where it's at now. It's literally half done. It's literally half done. So I think my goal next year is going to be to maybe finish the wording, which is to finish this word cemetery, or maybe finish one of the next tombstone. We'll see. I haven't locked down my exact goals yet, but I'm going to keep it small. So next, it's supposed to be my daughter's sampler, and where is it? Did I leave it over there again? I'll get to that later, I guess. I think that's in that's in another envelope. We'll carry it on. Next up, we have Mary Jane Fry, and this is a sampler from Amanda Rowe, who is a solitary stitcher, I guess, on Instagram. This came out years ago. You used to be able to get it through the Fiber Talk blog, but it is no longer available there. I think if you find her on Facebook, I think you can message her and maybe she will send it to you. But I think I read that you have to make a donation of some kind in your name to the charity of your choice, and then she will send it to you. But I got this back then when it was free, available through the Fiber Talk blog. And it's not big. It's not big at all. And it only takes like a handful of colors. This is, I think this is on 40 Count Be Stitch Me in Grog. And I was working on this for your WIPs this year, and I just got burnt out. I had so much to do on it. I think I only had like a few letters up here and some of the border, and I stitched so much on it. I literally just got burnt out on it. So I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'll do it later. So that's where she's at right now. And you would think this top part would be the most heavy, but it's not. Looking at the bottom part is just as heavy. The bottom part is pretty much just as heavy because you've got this big plant right here, and cats and a couple of birds, and then you've got some more text down here. So that's where he's at. That's where she's at now. Next up, this is another one that I had every intention of working on and finishing this year, but it didn't happen. This is a freebie you can find online. You have to search for it, but I'm gonna hold it back here. This is called Midnight Meow, and it's colored in because that's just where I've been highlighting to mark off my stitches. And this is from Nora Corwitz / Mirabilia. If you type in Midnight Meow cross stitch, you can probably find it. It'll probably come up in the search. But this is my little bitty how far I'm at in it right now. You would think I would go ahead and finish off the black, finish that wing, but no, I have not done that yet. And I was actually going to do fill in the wings with the DMC Etoile. I was thinking about either this dark gray or the light gray, but I might actually switch that up for a different color. I might do it in either red or purple, but either or, this is where I'm at now. This is an 18 count. Lord, this is a Fabrics by LJ. I think the color is called Heathered. But he's another one that doesn't dye anymore, unfortunately. His fabrics were a little bit more on the wilder side, but they were really pretty. So next up we have I did leave him over here. I forgot it falls into the M category because it's mini. Hold on. This is a Haid I started years ago for my son, and he wanted me to do it. He was with a girlfriend at the time, and they broke up after so long, and I asked him, I said, do you still want me to do this for you? He said, it don't matter, you can if you want to, but you don't have to. So I stopped stitching it for him, but I still want to finish stitching it because it is a really beautiful design. Especially if you're a fan of, what's that movie? Nightmare Before Christmas. We just watched it. If you're a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, this is called Mini Simply Meant to Be. Artwork is by Shuri Gerhardt. And this is another one, like full coverage, that I haven't really been able to pick up in the last several years because full coverage takes commitment, which I did not have. And this is all I got started on it. I've been trying to do different techniques with my full coverage, so I haven't yet figured out exactly how I want to do my full coverages, but I do like this. It's looking good. So that's all it is, and I kind of like this needle minder. It's a Doctor Who quote. So yeah, that's all it's on, and it's a 25 count pre-gridded even weave. I do want to, actually, this is going to be going on my Dear Whips. Why do I keep saying Dear Whips? It's going to be going on my whip go this year. And my goal on it is going to be 100 stitches. So, if I can do that, then I'll be happy. But hopefully I can do more than that. At least double. And you see I've had to put it in this huge bag. Because there is a lot of gloss. How many colors is this? 85 colors. So I'm going to put this back over here. My full coverages pretty much have to stay separated or they won't fit. Alright, so next up is Miss Sarah Jane from La-Di-Da. And she is on a 46 count Confederate gray from Weeks Dye Works. And I don't see no comments about this fabric or the name of this fabric. It's just a word, it's just a name. So that's where she's at now. I really probably should pick her up again soon. So that's all I've gotten done on her. If I see any comments regarding the name of that fabric, they will get deleted because I am not entertaining all of that nonsense. Alright, so next up we have some of these are starting to get a little out of order. So next up we have Moonlight Kitties from Mill Hill Buttons and Beads. Haven't gotten very much done on this one either. I'm not the biggest fan of stitching on the perforated paper. So that's all I've gotten done on it. I literally, like the last time I worked on it, I literally just did this green. That's it. So, not much going on there. Trying to move through these, y'all. So, next is another full coverage Hade. And this is called Moths. It is by Marta Dolig. I thought she was pretty. I like moths more than I like butterflies. So, again, this is another one I'm not that far into. And I have this one on pattern paper. I need to see about the mini Simply Meant to Be. See if I have that one digitally so I can put that one in Pattern Keeper. Again, this is on a 25 count even weave, and I have even less to show for this one. Yep, that's all there is. Just one big blotch of gray. One big blotch of gray. That's it. So again, not much to show. This one, I just kind of have all the threads. Yep. I'm not an organized person for the most part, especially when it comes to stitching. I just throw it in there. I'll find it. I do need to put this one in a new bag because the little pull thing is broken off on this one. I need to be wrapping this up at some point. So next up, we have Mr. and Madam Quaker, or Mr. and Mrs. Quaker. I am doing it in different colors because while the pink and the brown is pretty, it's not me. So I am using 2 different colors of Most Sale. There's a purple here, and there's kind of an indigo, bluey purple. And this is on a 16 count Aida that I dyed myself. It's kind of tan, but it has like splotches of purple in it. And this is where it's at now. It's looking really pretty. That's where it's at now. So yeah. Let's see, as you can see, it is long and it is barely going to fit this. I bought this pre-cut. It was an all cut from Haid when she was having a sale on these things, on these all cuts of fabric, and it fit perfectly. It didn't give me much room at the top, and there'll be just as much room on the very bottom. But other than that, it fit perfectly. So next up we have multiplication table from Carriage House Samplings. And I'm not going any further on this until I figure out what to do about this color right here, because I tried to pick out a different color and it's not working out. So I need to figure out a different color. It's supposed to be, it tells, no. Oh, just on that. These are supposed to be done in DMCs, and I might just change it out and just get the DMCs, because I was trying to do this in Fancy Floss, but the ones that I picked out is not working out. That blue is not working out. It's supposed to be 924 sea green, DMC 924, and I probably should just go ahead and get the 924 and then the DMCs that it calls for, and just do those in that. But I tried to be special and stitch them in Fancy Flosses, and it's not working out. So the color that I picked is barely different than black. You can't even tell it. This is where it's at now. Yeah, that's a big difference. That's supposed to be a green tealish color, and I'm not liking it. So I need to frog all of that out before I pick this up again. Otherwise, this would be on my WIP go next year. But I got some frogging to do. So that's where that one is. And that one, of course, that's another one I don't have the fabric name to. Let's not forget the pattern. So next, this one is one I keep going back and forth on, and I'm still not 100% happy with keeping it or giving away either way. And I only have the first one, the first part of it, part 2. And this is my Quaker Christmas. This was in a just cross stitch, April 2021. They started it with the January, February issue that year, I think. And then they released like up to, I think, 6 parts. There's 6 parts to it. But I just don't know if I'm willing to keep going on this or not. It's cute. Like when I open it up and I'm looking at it, it's really cute. So it's kind of a busy pattern if you like that sort of thing. But all these little, like the hearts and all the stuff, snowflakes in the middle of the bigger motifs is a little bit of a pain. But that's where I've gotten to it on so far. That's basically just part 1. And then I think this right over here, like that word Mary and the Santa, I think that might have been getting into part 2. So that's all of that one. And then that's, and then again, not a big piece. This is on another, like, I think 18 count. 18 count basic, like beige Ada. Yeah, exactly that. 18 count beige Ada. So I'm gonna keep it. I need to work on it again at some point. So next up, we have My Necessity by Heartstring Samplery, and this is going on my 2026 WIP Go, because it's another what do you call it? It's another like single color design. And I was supposed to be starting this with my friend Cheryl, but I don't even know if she even ever started it. But I'm going to keep working on it. But I did actually do get a little bit of progress on this one this year. I'm sorry, hold on. Again, oh, I put it on there backwards. Of course I did. Okay. So this is where it's at now. This is on a 40 count. I think it's called Tarnished Silver by Lakeside Linens. So that's all the progress I've gotten on it. I do want to get some more done on this one because it's such a pretty piece. And Cheryl, I know you're watching this. Even though you're not stitching on it with me, I like to think that you're stitching with me in heart. At least in your heart, you're still stitching out with me. And this is another, it's a mosaic. It's kind of a dark variegated gray. So, it's getting a little cold in this room. We had to turn the air conditioning on, y'all. I got it to 70 degrees today. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve, just so you know. It's 70 degrees, and it's going to get up to 70 again tomorrow on Christmas. So next, the Long Dog samplers that I said I started first. This is called, I'm just calling this mystery sampler. It's a mystery band sampler. And this was in The Gift of Stitching. And you can find it in issue number 15 from April 2007. So, and this was actually the fourth part. This was released in 4 parts. The first part, I believe, was, it would have been the issue number like 12, I think. So whatever issue number 12 came out was when the first part was released. But this was the release of part 4, and it was in issue 15. That's what the whole thing looks like. Really pretty sampler. Do I still have part 1? No. Oh, so part 1, yeah, part 1 was issue number 12 in January 2007. So if you can get your hands on The Gift of Stitching, the digital magazine set collection, it's in there. They have a lot of really pretty designs in there. So this is where this is at. And I don't think I have, And I don't think I have the name. Yeah, I don't have the fabric, so I think this is a Picture This Plus fabric. Probably 40 count of some kind. Really pretty. Those little black chickens that kill me. Those are so fun. So yeah, that's where it's at now. And this is another one that's not real big. This is a 1/8 of a yard, I think, or a fat quarter. Anyway, it's not big. Oh goodness, it's 4:30, y'all. I've been at this for 2 hours. So next up is another one. I got a little bit frustrated with this one. And I did try to work on it at StitchCon in 2024. But like I said, I got frustrated. Didn't like the colors that I was picking. This is Night Walk Down from Blue Flower. It's another one a lot of people are stitching. And this one is on Truffle from Picture This Plus. Right, I think. I'm pretty sure this is Truffle by Picture This Plus. And that's all I've gotten done on her. Not a lot. I'll go back to her at some point. Really pretty. I liked this design, and I liked the verse that's on it because it reminds me of a story that I did another project on years ago. It was an old English tale called The Buried Moon, and I'm not going to go into it right now, but you know, if you're interested, you can look it up. And basically the moon comes down to earth, and some troublemaking boys kind of trap her underground, and a nice farmer working the marsh, he came along and saved her, in a nutshell. So this is One Nation. This is why I kind of got off of liking the vinyl front bags, because for a while I did not keep this cover page in the plastic, and you can see where it's kind of where that print has come off on the vinyl. So this is One Nation by Bygone Stitches. Y'all actually, if you follow my channel, you actually saw me working on this earlier this year. And I was trying to stitch the stars, the white stars, and I just was not happy. So a couple of them were stitched in B5200, and a couple of them were stitched with, I think, Blanc or something. So this is where I'm at now. I'm still in the stars area. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like this fabric that it's on, which is the raw linen by Zweigart, I think. Yeah, White Shell, sorry. But I just don't know what about them stars. I don't know if I'm happy with the stars, the way they don't show up. But in the time since where I've seen other people's versions of their design, theirs also doesn't show up, the white doesn't show up that much, and I think it's making me feel a little bit better about mine. So yeah. So next up, this is called Pink Peony, and this is another printed kit. I had to buy another copy of the printed kit because I ran out of the floss on the one that I was working on. So this is called Pink Peony. I don't recommend anything by this company. As you can see, it came from Hobby Lobby. They probably wouldn't even sell it anymore anyway. But if you see anything from this company, which is like Needle Art World, just keep on going, because they probably aren't going to give you enough floss. And I haven't gotten that much done on it. Like, I literally was just working on that dark purple in the center, and I even ran out of that. And this is a 14 count. So so I was stitching this with 2 strands, and I still ran out. So I think it says a 14 count. Either or, I was stitching it in the recommended amount of strands and I still ran out. Like there's still more of that symbol that needs to be done. That's all I got done on it so far. I don't know if I want to pick this up next year. I don't think I want to do this one next year, but I probably will try to pick it up at some point, maybe in 2027, because I do like it. I think it's pretty. It's just going to be a long time. Next up, we have Princess Mermaids, and I already know, I remember, this is going to be on my year of whips next year, because so far, the only one I've gotten done is her, and I need to start working on another mermaid. I need to start working on a second one. Because what happens when I complete something like that, I get into this false sense of, oh yeah, I did a lot on it. I can, you know, relax on worrying about it for a while, and I will let it go for years after that point, when I should just keep working on it regularly. And this is on, excuse me, this is on 14 count Under the Sea in Opal Caribbean Tides. So it is the sparkly fabric. I'm losing all these, if you can't tell. And that's all I've gotten done on her. And I'm gonna put this on my why do I keep saying your whips? I'm gonna put this on my whip go. I'm not gonna try to finish a whole nother mermaid, but I'm at least gonna try to do the 100 stitch goal on it, if nothing else. So that's all she's on, and it's the kind of a sparkly fabric. I do want to finish this for my daughter Abby. I knew I should have started this earlier. I should have just like not done my update and just went ahead and did this. I'm getting through it though. I don't have a whole ton left to do. So next up, this one was a start this year, and this is called Province Sampler by Butternut Road. Really pretty. And I'm stitching this with a alternative brand to DMC 115. It is turning out so pretty. Like when I started this, I had so much trouble putting it down. I just could not. And this is, sorry. This was on 40 count Be Stitch Me in Coconut Shell. Look how pretty that is. I love the variegation in it. Just the motif, the styling of it is just so pretty. That's all I've gotten done on it so far. But I do want to pick this up again real soon. Even if it's not next year, I might. I mean, if I get tired of stitching on whip go stuff, maybe I'll pick this up for a little bit. For a day or two. So next up, we have, where's my other? Oh, I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm thinking it's something else. This is another one. I don't know if I'm going to keep going on because I started it at the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And I only have like a black and white printed pattern to it. So I'm going to have to put in what it's supposed to look like. And there's an alternate color version that you can do too, that some people were doing. I'm just going to do the straight regular version. And I am stitching this on Grace Notes fabric in Berry Crumble. 32 count Grace Notes fabric in Berry Crumble. Trying to figure out which way is up here. Is this way up? And that's all I've gotten done on her so far. Partial stitches give me a hard time. I'm not the biggest fan of partial stitches, and this is one of those ones that has a lot of them in it. So That's all she's at right now. Got the Queen City needle minder. So, and it's in this bag, even though it's not spooky. It's in this bag because I also ordered this from, it was like an exclusive to Queen City Stitch Retreat, because the guest was, Lord have mercy. I've already said the guest, and it's escaping me. It's by whoever this is by. Autumn Land Stitchery. So this was an exclusive bag that we could order for the retreat. And it kind of looks like an Autumn Land Stitchery kind of pattern, I guess. So that's why it's in that bag, even though it's like a spooky Queen of the Night. That's what it's called. It's called Queen of the Night. So next up, this is another one that I'm going to UFO because I'm tired of dealing with it. It's this guy right here, and the name of the pattern is called Reach for the Stars. I was stitching it on a white, just like 16 count Aida, and then coffee got splattered on it, and so I restarted it on something else. Now I can't find the pattern. So I restarted on it on this green, and I don't like it. This one. That's what it looks like. And I was gonna do it for Abby, but she's getting a little too old, I think, for something like this. So I'm gonna UFO it because I'm just not happy with it on the screen, and I'm tired of stressing about it. So, and this was on, it's on something. It's on a picture that's plus something. I don't know. It was on a green something or other. I can't remember what it is. But I'm UFOing this one. Because I'm just not happy with it, and I'm tired of worrying about it. So the last one in this set is another full coverage that I haven't really gotten much done on. This is Rocky Mountain Selfie. These animals just kill me. They were so cute. They're the funny faces. I just thought this was the funniest. And this is actually from Stitchcraft. Sorry, this is from Nenny Design on Etsy. It's N-E-N-I Design. She has lots of cute patterns. And I don't have all the colors, but I have a few that I was starting with. Tried to grid this with a pen myself. Literally only got that many stitches in. I didn't get much of a start in it. There's a lot of confetti in those first few blocks. But yeah, I'm gonna work on this one. I thought about putting this one on my WIP-go board, but it's gonna have to wait because I don't want to worry too much about trying to work on multiple full coverage designs. So that's why it's simply meant to be. That's why that one got chosen. So that's all for that set, and I got one more bundle to get y'all, and that's gonna be the oh, that was the Royal Gardens. So that one actually needs to go. Where'd the other one go? So this one, right? This one actually needs to go behind Rocky Mountain Selfie. Anyway, like I said, mostly in alphabetical order, but some of them might be a little bit out of place. So, one more bundle, and that is going to be the S through the end of the alphabet, which I think my last ones start with a W. So let me go grab those and I'll be right back. Okay, back again with the last bundle. And there is quite a few WIPs in here. I'm sorry, I forgot to unzip everything. Hold on. Okay, so I have a couple of them that I forgot to include with the last bundle, but I have them here. First one is another Hade. I got it in one of these bags. It started because this little girl is so pretty. She reminds me of my youngest daughter. She's so pretty. But unfortunately, I started her on a non-gridded fabric, and I just can't be bothered with trying to grid. So, I may have to restart her, but as of right now, she is a WIP. I was trying to do that typewriter method. Lord. Sorry about that. My phone went dead, and I knew I was about to lose you because it dimmed. While I was waiting for it to come back up, though, I did go ahead and take the opportunity to use the restroom and get me a little snack because I'm kind of hungry, and it's going to be a couple more hours until the dinner, the main part of the dinner gets ready, but I am going to have to fix some sides to go with it. So, and I did look around for that missing WIP, and I don't know where it's at. It's my Dutch sampler, and I don't know what's become of it. So I'm going to have to do some looking around for that. I don't know what happened to it. But, carrying on, what I was about to show you, or what I was showing you, was the small little girl pattern. This is all I've gotten done on her so far. I don't know if I'm going to restart her on a gridded fabric or if I'm going to try to carry on with the ungridded fabric. I might just restart her on a gridded fabric. But she's still a WIP as of right now. So that's another lifetime project. And the other one that I forgot to show y'all when it came around, when its letter came around. Oh, I forgot. I'll put this one over here anyway, since it's a full coverage. Sorry. I had to move some things around and I forgot to put my basket back up here on the box. The other thing that I'm going to show you, it is a WIP. I just showed it to you in my update. And this is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. I don't have the picture here, so if you didn't see that update, I'll post it here. So that's what it looks like. Actually, saved myself some trouble. Don't tell me you're dead too. This thing goes dead so fast. This is the Kindle. Never mind, there it is. So, oh my god, what are you installing? I don't care. I do have this on. Never mind. It's trying to tell me Pattern Keeper is updating, of course, right now. So, picture. So, and this is where it's sitting at right now. I am currently working on it. So, it will probably get, more than likely, it'll get some more progress before the end of the year. But I'll have to show you all that when I come back from my updates in January. So, and this is on 40 count Picture This Plus in Sprite, which is kind of purpley. So that's my current WIP that I'm working on. I think he must have taken her outside because they're not in there. So they must be outside. Needs a zip. They probably would have had no clue that my WIP parade was going to take this long. So next up is one that I literally have not picked it up since I started it. And I'm gonna have to hold it back here. It's just a freebie pattern. I can't even show you like what the colors is gonna look like on it because I don't even know. But this is a freebie design that I got a while back. And I started it. Couldn't tell you. It looks like I started it on March 28th, 2021. So I have not touched it in over 4 years, going on 5. So, right? No, it has been, yeah, it's been 4 years so far. If I don't touch it again until sometime after March of next year, then it'll be 5 years. But this is like the most pitiful of starts. That's all the progress that I did. I should keep this out. I'm gonna stitch on this because I really think it's gonna be a really cute design when when I get it stitched up. But as of right now, I'm gonna leave this out and I'm gonna do some stitching on it. That's what I'm gonna do. And it's on a Picture This Plus lapis. Sorry, it's a 32 count under the sea lapis. My apologies. I'm actually gonna leave this out because I do want to stitch on that. I might put that in the hoop and work on it. So next, this is another project that requires concentration and brain power that I don't always have when Abby is out and about. And I don't really have a full picture to show you, but this is to save the stitches. And I had this booklet printed out. I sent the file over to, I think it was Staples, back when I lived in Georgia. It's like almost 100 pages. Sent the file over to Staples and had them create this book bound with the, what do you call it? The ring binder or whatever. It wasn't a ton of money. I think it was like $20 or $30. It wasn't a ton. And I'm not giving up on this one because it is pretty. I just need to be able to have the mental capacity to sit down and work on this because black work ain't no joke. Black work needs some brain power. So this is where it's at now. I mean, I think it's been at least 5 or 6 years since I worked on it. At least 6 or 7. So it's been a good hot minute since I've stitched on this. But I need to get back to it at some point. And they do have multiple borders you can put with it if you want to. I just felt like it evens out the look of it to have like this kind of squarish border on it. So that's where it's at now. And it's supposed to call for like gold, silver, and copper colors in the metallics. But I chose a couple of purples. I chose a purple, I think a light purple, a dark purple, and this kind of teal Krennic. So I think the light purple's there. I don't remember. I can't really see. Oh yeah, there's some light, the light. Oh my gosh. These needle minders keep getting stuck to this thing. So like there's the purple and so like there's the darker purple there, and then there's a lighter purple in the one next to it. It's hard to tell. But yeah. And then there's the lighter purple in this one. So yeah, it's really pretty. And this is on 25 count. Where is it at? Oh, this is called Save the Stitches, by the way. I want to say it's Stormy Clouds. From Flaggart, something like that. but it's a printed, so it's design on the front and then it's nothing on the back. So again, that's another one that I'm waiting to be able to have some concentration. I've been talking so much today, I'm sorry. So next up is one that I literally just showed in my update also. I literally just put this away. This is Heartstring Samplery, Say Coffee. Trying to get y'all without the glare. And these are so fun. I love working on these coffee designs by Heartstring Samplery. I did the coffee Quaker one, and that just got me hooked on them. And I have another one already that'll probably start whenever I finish this one. So that's where that one's at right now. Almost half. Probably looking at about 40 to 45% completed. So that's almost halfway. So really pretty. Like, it's fun, but it's pretty at the same time. Okay. Thought I'd lost my earring. I'm trying to move this along. This is my last bundle, and I'm trying not to make it last too long because I gotta get in there and start working on the rest of the dinner. So next up, this is a Bothy Threads kit. It came with the fabric and the threads. This is called Season and Time by Moira Blackburn. And there's my cat whining. He's just gonna have to keep scratching. And this is on the included Ada parchment colored, 16 count parchment colored Ada from Swagart. And I did work on this a little bit this year. So I apologize if the lighting is getting bad, but that's where it's at right now. This Ada's kind of stiff. Okay, I'm just trying to keep up with which projects are going to be on my WIP-go board. So next up, which one is this? Oh, that is. So next up is another one that I kind of need to like be working on regularly. This is for my boyfriend, whose all-time favorite story and movie is Sleepy Hollow. We had picked this up at Dixie Darling along with the fabric and the specialty threads back before they closed, a couple years before they closed. We did do a weekend in Pigeon Forge before Abby was born. Before Abby, life before Abby. So that's Sleepy Hollow from Glennon Place. And I'm stitching this on the called for thread, which is Picture This Plus Haunted. 32 count. I think it's 32 count. Yeah, 28 count Haunted. And that's how far I've gotten on it so far. Just the horse's rear. Look, I did pick this up like a second time a few weeks back, forgetting that I had already worked on it this year. And I did start trying to stitch on the saddle. So I was trying to finish the horse. So that horse is just, it's black. It's a lot of black. Remember what I said about projects that have a lot of black in it? It slows me down. It just slows me down. So next up is this is going to be going on WIP-go because it's been a whip for quite a while now, and I really need to start trying to get it finished, although I'm still a long way from getting it finished. I feel like it's just going, as long as I've had this as a whip. I started this on July 19th, 2018. So it's been a whip for over 7 years. So I need to start making my way to getting this finished. Yeah, they just came back in. And this is on 40 count, picture this plus in Bramble. Again, I don't have a lot to show for it. That border is quite something. It's beautiful, but it's quite something. And that's all I've got done on it so far. Sorry for the crease. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm not even showing y'all everything, am I? Yeah. I need to get some more done on this. So it will be going on my Whip Go. And this does use fancy flosses. So next up we have next up, this is another one that's going to be going on Whip Go this year because I would like to actually get them finished for my son, who turned 30 this year, by the way. I have 2 older kids. This is Spike Spiegel. I bought him off of Etsy. I'm not sure if he's still available or not. This is from an anime called Cowboy Bebop. This is like a still, a charted image of something from the opening credits. I think it's like an actual scene too, but I know it's in the opening credits. And this is being stitched on a 16 count black Ada. That's where he's at now. And the thing is, you would think that I was almost done with him, but there's another piece over here and another chunk over here that needs to be done, and I need to get them done. At least stitching with that color floss is fun. So I am going to attempt to get him done this year, next year, I mean. So, oh, I've almost lost all my light. My light is going away. That's how long I've been at this. We're going to try to hurry this along. So next we have, that's not it, I just showed y'all that. Just showed y'all that. So next up, we have another Design Works kit. This is called Stronger. Stronger Than You Know. I think there are at least one other, if not more than one, companion pieces to this. Because somebody posted on Facebook one time they were working on something that was very similar, but it was a different quote that goes along with this. Like, braver than you know, stronger than you imagine, or something like that. And I'm not stitching this on Ada. I'm using the kit floss, but I am stitching this on something that's not the included fabric. I am stitching this on a 18 count Fiddler's Ada. That's what I chose to stitch it on instead. It's coming out really pretty though. Is that? Oh, it might help if I was turning it right side up, wouldn't it? I thought the flowers looked funny. So that's where it's at now. I gotta slog through the yellow. I'm not a fan of yellow. So next we have, I'm gonna go ahead and show this one because I need to get it done. And I don't exactly remember the exact name of it, but I think it's called Little But Fierce. So it's probably in the wrong place. But this is just, it's in there. I've completed the main stitching on it. I just need to at some point get a copy of her birth certificate and put in like the weight and the time and the length and all that stuff. So this is called A Little Bit Fierce. It's a design I got for Etsy, and I stitched all of this before Abby was born in 2020. And I have yet to finish. I literally only need to finish that bottom part. It's got the date on it, but I just need to put like where it says the time, the weight, and the length, and then I can finish it. But this is on a sparkly Pictures As Plus Ada. I think it's Oaken. I think the name of it is Oaken. Don't hold me to it. I don't know. But yeah. Really pretty design. Like I said, I just need to finish that part at the bottom and then it'll be done. I don't know why this is over here, but that's where it's supposed to go. Anyway, back to the alphabet. Next up we have Sweet Dreams by Lavender and Lace. It's another one I started around the time when I was pregnant with Abby, or maybe right after she was born. It says 5/29/21, so she would have been about 8 months old, give or take, or 7. 8 months old, I think. I can't remember time. And this is being stitched on a raw linen, and it's literally just part of the skirt, I think. Is it a skirt or is that baby blanket? Hold on, let me check. Sorry, that's baby blanket. That's like the dress or the outfit that the baby's wearing. So that's where that's at right now. And all of the spaces in there is Krennic. So like I said, 32 count raw linen. I just really like the raw linen. I think it gives it a good look. Sorry. And that one, I was gonna say, I am gonna be working on this one on WIP-down. I'm gonna try to get some more done on it. Next up, there's another one I'm missing. Where is all my projects? Yo, I'm missing projects. I don't know where these projects are, y'all. I'm gonna have to go and start looking for them. No, that's not it. I know what that is. I don't know. I'm missing Though He Seemed Sleeping by Lucy Bean. I don't know where that one's at. I'm missing a couple of different projects, and I need to find them. And it's starting to, it's kind of upsetting me because I don't know where they are. Next, we'll just try to carry on, I guess. Next up, we have the Universal Monster Sow. It's another one I'm kind of doing for my boyfriend. I don't have a finished picture of it. I will put it here. I haven't gotten very far because black, we all know the story with that. I did complete one room so far. What I'm trying to do is do a room but then work on the roof at the same time. That roof is something. That roof is a lot. So that's where I'm at on that. That one is Under the Sea in Sagebrush. Under the Sea Fabrics Sagebrush. Although you're probably not seeing the true color right now because lighting and all that jazz. Oops. Hold on, we got a runner. I'm really like, where is my projects? Where are my projects? And next up, we have this one is, I'm not UFOing it just yet, but I'm going to restart this. This is the Virland Sampler. I think this was also out of Gift of Stitching. But I'm going to restart this. It calls for the really expensive, what do you call it? Sorry, this was in Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly, summer 2015. It calls for the expensive silks, and I'm not doing that. I was stitching it in this blue silk on Picture This Plus Ale, but I don't know. I look at it and I like it okay, but when I'm not looking directly at it, I think I don't like it. But every time I pull it out and I look at it, I'm thinking I really do like that, because I think in my mind I think I'm using a lighter blue than I am. But that's how far I am on it. And I am going to try to, I was going to say I would work on it this year. I might switch out the Universal Monster Sal for this one. I don't know yet. It's either going to be that one or this one. So that's how far I am on it. And that border is actually really easy to do when you're just like watching TV or something. And like I said, this is on a 40 count Picture This Plus an Ale. Sorry, this is Oaken. 40 count Oaken. This is Oaken. The other one, I don't know if it was Oaken. So, but yeah, I might switch out Universal Monster Sal on my lip glow for this one. Probably. So next we have what is that? Oh, Welcome Campers. I literally just had it. There it is. This one, I am not 100% sure. I think if I can just get past the mask, get done with the mask, the rest will be easy, because I'm stitching this off-white on a pretty light tan color. So this is a freebie from the Witchy Stitcher, so I'm not ashamed to hold it up to the camera. But it says Welcome Campers, and again, I'm just highlighting on my pattern. And this is being stitched on, it's a 28 count or 32 count. This is the Sagebrush, I think. No, sorry, this is 32 count Under the Sea and Beach Walk. 32 count even weave. That's where I'm at right now. I wanted to pick this up at Halloween time, but I didn't. I was in kind of a non-stitchy mood in October, so that's where I'm at on that one. Again, that's 32 count Lugana and Beach Walk Under the Sea. I really think once I can get past the mask, once I finish the mask, that white part of the mask, I think the rest of it won't be so bad. And I'm stitching that for my boyfriend. Next we have, I literally just had it. I mean, it's sitting right here on my table, y'all. I swear. Next up, this one is going on WIP-go, and this is called Winter is Past by Blackbird Designs. And when I started this, when I was working on it, I was kind of following a Brendan and the Serial Starter type style, where they were doing Blackbird weekends. Stitch on a Blackbird, I think 1 weekend a month or something like that, and I was doing good with that. And then I fell off of it. So this is on a 36 count parchment. Like I said, I've gotten pretty far on it. I was doing the border first, and then I was going to go in and fill in. So if the design is small enough, I will go ahead and stitch the whole border first and then fill in on the inside. But if it's a larger design, then I will do it as I go. So that's where I'm at right now. Anyway, it's nice fabric. What I said it was, it's a Weeks Dye Works, 36 count parchment from Weeks Dye Works. So nice fabric. This is the nice Weeks Dye Works. Oh, my envelope is broken. And then last but not least, nope, I got two more, sorry. My bad. Right. So last big one that I have is With the Needle 2. I'm just going to hold it up. With the Needle 2 by Lila Studio, or Lila Studio. And I haven't been able to pick this up in a while. I want to at some point. This is where I'm at now on it. And this is 40 count Lakeside Linens in pecan butter, or pecan butter, whichever you want to say it. That's how far I've gotten on it. So that's all. And it's mostly fancy floss, but there's some DMCs in there too. And this one is the last one. Last, but certainly not least, is Wreath House by Hands On Design. And you get all three of these in this pattern. And I'm stitching them all on that same fabric. This is another piece of the lapis, the under the seat lapis. And I've already like cut up 3 pieces of the same fabric from the same piece of fabric. And I'm working on the main one that's on the cover. I'm working on that main one that's on the cover right there. That's Wreath House. That's the main one. And 32 count Even Weave and Lapis by Under the Sea. Yeah, that's better. That's where I'm at on it so far. It really, I think, just calls for DMC, I think, but I'm using a fancy floss. So that's another one. I think if I just picked it up, I could probably finish it in no time. So even small projects, it takes me forever to do them. No, maybe it does take fancy flosses. Maybe it does take fancy flosses. Like I said, again, I've got the other 2 pieces in here already. So, missing 2, and that bothers me a lot. I'm missing the, no, I'm not, I thought I was missing Spice Fuel, but I'm not. I'm just missing the Dutch sampler, and I gotta figure out where that went to. So, other than that, I managed to UFO 5 whips. I UFO'd 5. So, that puts me down at 73 whips. Which I know is still a lot, but 5 is better than nothing. I'm gonna let y'all go. I have been here for, I don't know, 3 hours. It's been a while. There's just one project that y'all didn't see. And if I find that before my next update, then I'll show it to you. But 78 whips. That's a lot. And at least I'm down to 75 now. I only have plans to start 1 next year, so that'll be, 73 whips now. But then if I start 1 next year, then it'll be 74. So, and like I said, I'm trying to get down to 50 whips by 2028. Because this amount of whips that I have now is a little bit overwhelming. And I don't want to be leaving my kids or any of my family with all of this. So, I need to get some things done. So, but that's it, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. It is officially sunset now. I have lost all my light. And it is currently, I can't see. It is currently 5:34. So, I have been at this for 3 hours. So, I'm going to go, and I am going to get started on the rest of the dinner before the main course gets done. And, I guess I'll see y'all again real soon. I'll see y'all in January, and hope you have a happy holiday, have a happy new year, a safe and happy new year, and I will see y'all again real soon. Bye for now, guys. Get lots of stitching in. So, I'm back. Yesterday, last night I was looking through my projects, and I noticed I was missing not 1, not 2, but 4 whips from my whip parade. And that bothered me, and so I went looking, and I found them in like a plastic bin tote thing. I don't know why they were in there. No clue. Unless I had a notion that I was going to put them in that bin, because they were, I think they were originally Year of Whips projects. I don't remember. So I'm going to go ahead and show them to you. So the first one we missed, and these are not in any particular order, but the first one we missed was Though He Seemeth Sleeping. Yeah, Though He Seemeth Sleeping from Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. So, really pretty. And I did get a good ways into this, I think, last time I worked on it. Oops. Threads are wanting to come out. Did I write down? I'm doing this with Fancy Flosses, I think. They do give you some colorways, some chartings of DMC and some specialty threads, but they actually also give you a page where you can make your own. So that's what I did. And so this is where that one's at now. I want to say this is Dirt Road or Dirty Road, Dusty Road from Seraphim. Don't hold me to it. So yeah, that's where that one's at now. I don't have my laptop or anything here with me, so I'm just kind of going off of what I remember. So this says, that's not even right. This says 32 count Lagana in doubloon. That's not right. I must have changed my mind after I wrote this out. But it is a linen of some kind. We'll just call it a mystery linen. And I'm using like my own little kit of colors there. I knew something wasn't right, and when I was talking to y'all before, and there were like ones that I couldn't find, it bugged me. So the next one, this one is a freebie from Doreen Jones. You can find on her Facebook page. It's Take Life One Stitch at a Time. You might have to go pretty far back to find it on her Facebook page. If you go to her Facebook page, she has a ton of freebies on there. And for all her freebies, she has a black and white chart and a color chart. So, and this is the fabric that it's on. It's a Charles Craft Ada. 14 count. I think the color is called Wisteria. So it's just something I had in my collection, in my stash. So this is where that's at now. So I haven't done a lot on it. I probably should pick this up again at some point. I do like it though. And that's just using DMC. So the next one, this is the one that I was having trouble finding yesterday. This is the one I was like, I don't know where that's at. It's not here where it's supposed to be. And that is called Dutch Sampler. Originally found this in, it's like 101 Best Love Designs from Cross Stitching Country Crafts or something like that. I originally found it in that book, but the charting in that one is not the best. It's actually kind of frustrating. So I just went and bought this from the Cooler Designs website. So you can find it there. And I'm pretty sure this is just on this Weigart, just a white, off-white Weigart linen. Kind of see-through, so not my favorite linen. But it's better. This is actually technically a restart. So that's where it's at right now. I need to do some more filling in. But I don't think this is on my Year of WIPs. Next year, it's not on my WIP Go. Why do I keep saying Year of WIPs, y'all? I'm sorry. It's not on my WIP Go for next year. This is mostly all the way across. I think there's just like a little bit more here, and it ends right here. So I'll have like some extra fabric there. But yeah. I just took the piece straight out of the pack and started stitching on it. Oh, I do have the fabric. It is antique white 28 count cast shell linen from Zweigart. So yeah. And it was restarted on September 15th, 2021. My first go at it was not the best. Like, I had started in the middle, and that was all fine until I got to the alphabet, where there is some there's a specialty stitch in one of the alphabets, and I was stitching it on Ada. Not the best. So this is the one that caused me to realize how many I was missing. That I was missing more than what I thought I was missing. And this is Princess Grace's ball gown. And it's from Teresa Gill. You can find this on her Etsy shop. This has been a WIP of mine for so many years, and I have not gotten hardly any progress done on it. And I don't know what's holding me up on it. I really don't. This is on a 16 count, 14 count Ada in petals from Picture This Plus. Now I can say Picture This Plus has some very soft Ada. So this is all she wrote. This is all I've got done on her. There's one line in her dress, or a couple of lines in her dress. But all those empty spots right there that you see, those are all supposed to be for beads, I think, or beads or Krennic, one of those, because she's sparkly. But this Ada is kind of like very like the most pale mottled pink and green, and I thought it would go perfectly. Like I didn't want to just do plain Ada or a plain piece of fabric. I wanted something that was going to kind of serve as a backdrop. So, but this is going to be on my WIP Go next year. And when I made my list based off of my WIP list spreadsheet, I didn't realize that it was separate. So when I was looking at my WIP Go board last night, trying to figure out my goals, I noticed, I'm like, I didn't show Princess Grace's ball gown. Where is that? And I came here and I looked again where it was supposed to be. I looked all through my WIPs, that little shelf back there. Couldn't find it. I'm like, where are all these WIPs? And I didn't realize how many I was missing. And I didn't realize that the one stitch at a time, I didn't realize that was missing either. So, sorry. I had to insert this at the very end, probably. I'll insert it in the video somewhere. But I just wanted to show you all those 4 that I was missing. So it didn't change my actual WIP count, which I base off of my spreadsheet. I just wanted to make sure I showed y'all everything. So, but that's it for now, guys. See y'all later.